Hello and welcome to another Cube Thinking Ideas webinar, and today we've got an interview with Rob Manock from Turton Wines, talking about his journey on how he's transformed the business from just a bar and wine store with a little bit of online, and how he's managed to literally revolutionise the way that they sell wine from the store, and it's totally online. He's got an inspirational insight on how he's managed that journey and exactly what he's learnt along the way. Interviewing him today will be Kingston from Cube Thinking. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm Rob Manock from Turton Wines. There's myself, Kate Aspden and Brett Dawson, who are all co-owners of the business. We operate a wine merchant from the middle of Bromwich Cross in Bolton, and we've got a shop and we've got a bar at the back, and we also have our online presence. Obviously, in these current times, we're kind of facing strange days, and I think it was around the 19th or 20th of March, it feels like a lifetime ago, it really does, where one of our core parts of our business that's been doing amazing for us, which is the Slaughtered House, the bar, where we actually open as a bar, but we actually run tasting events. That part of the business shut immediately that night. So at that point, we were already thinking of the way things were going. That night, and I think the night before, we'd started doing local deliveries.
Yes.
We've offered it for a long time on the website. But it's just never really got any traction. And this has been a catalyst for it that says that people need and want their wine delivering because they realise they're in lockdown, they can't get out. So with a slight tweak, what we did, we added an extra component on the website that allowed people to pick a delivery slot. And actually we started off in hourly slots. And I think the first set of hourly slots, we went from 6 till 7, 7 till 8, and 8 till 9. So it was an evening service at that point.
Well, that was a rapid change, wasn't it, for you?
Oh, and that was literally, we found an app, we installed it, and we were live.
And did you do a search for different apps, or was it just a case of we're in a war footing, any app will do, bang, away we go, plug it in? Not
quite. It's like the platform that we've got is almost an off-the-shelf platform. It's Shopify, and we chose that because it's got adaptability and scalability, and that it's a core platform that does functions, core functions of e-commerce. What you can then do is enhance it with partners who have developed apps that will do things outside of what we do. So apps that do stock control for us, etc., etc. So you can quickly look and look at the different local delivery apps that are there and available to select, really. And really it's kind of looking as quickly as you can to sort the wheat from the chaff and then just trial one. And
how did you trial that in a real environment? Did you trial two side by side?
You install the app, you can install it onto a test version, a backup version of your website. A lot of them do it where you can just do it in kind of test mode. So you can do that, make sure that it does what you think you want it to do, and give you the control that you want it to do. Because ultimately, what we want to be able to do is let people get on the website, pick a local delivery slot, check out. Then we know when they want to receive the goods, and we can get it to them within the time slot. So that's pretty much what we did. I think the first week or so, literally, I was planner, delivery driver, the lot, because the volume was kind of slowly building. And we were doing it at night. So the shop was still open at this point.
And you were running a Kanban, a physical Kanban in the back of your shop, weren't you?
Well, that actually, the Kanban you saw, that was the progression of the Kanban.
Kanban Mark 2.
Was upstairs. So upstairs, our general operation is, we've got our web orders fulfilled upstairs. Right above the shop, there's a little room, middle stock room. It's a middle stock room, but it's also our web order room. So that then became web order room for nationals, which is what we for national orders. And then I had my 3 hourly rows of my first Kanban. Right, we're going to go out. Let's build them. Well, it didn't take long before the volume meant we can't do them upstairs anymore. Yeah. It makes sense to pick and pack, put them upstairs, and then have to bring them downstairs.
So what did you draw on in your skill set, Rob? I know you and I have both worked for a national and an international, actually, home shopping company. I know you've a lot of other experience. Did you find that your experience as a business analyst and working in that world made you have the agility of mind and the toolkit to do that?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, it didn't hurt. My mind's always kind of, some people find it boring, but my mind's always thinking about processes and actually you can make things continuously better, which is how we went from upstairs 3 rows to, right, actually, it dovetailed with, we had to shut the shop. So what we've kind of dovetailed all this round is our staff are the most important part of our business. And we had to look after them. So what we've done is, as well as shutting the shop, and we actually staged that and phased that because
it's like a managed graduate.
Not only the staff but the customers, and it got to the point where that first few days of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think people didn't understand, and the shop was crazy.
It was like a PTSD environment, wasn't there?
It was. I walked back in, I think, the last day the bar was open. I walked back in because I was out doing deliveries, and I walked back at the point, and at 7:30 at night on a Friday, this never ever happened, has never ever happened. People were queuing to pay at the till.
Yeah.
In the shop. The bar's open, people are queuing, just walk-ins. It's never happened in our history. And from a safety perspective, it was not only staff but also customers.
Yes.
That the government advice was, you've got to keep apart. Well, we just ended up saying, right, literally putting up signs. There's 2 in the shop, but no more than 2 of them. It soon became just a kind of moral responsibility. It says, right, we're shutting the shop for collects, because we were offering collect in store and local.
So you went from physical to digital in a rapid, accelerated, condensed.
Yeah, we had to adapt really quickly, and and it was just from a real staff safety and customer safety. We're not a massive premises at the front, and trying to keep people apart and trying to make staff comfortable being in that environment, which is we're in strange days.
Absolutely.
It just didn't fit. So we went, right, we're just going online. We ramped up to, we're now doing pretty much 30 deliveries, local deliveries a day.
Yes.
We're still, nationals has started to increase. So massive thank you to all our customers who are supporting us through this. But absolutely fine.
Well, thank you for keeping them and my wife in wine. To be fair, but it's one thing which is an interesting element of it. It's kept a British culture going. The disbursement of this, the ability to have rapidly pivoted, has meant that the medicine of the nation, to some degree, has been able to be carried on. And what's been wonderful is to see that this combination of digital Kanban and selling drink has enabled people to keep drinking, to keep calm and have a glass and carry on. But that's also enabled you to, with your business, you didn't necessarily have to go into a survive, you just go straight through to thrive. And it's interesting that just we've had many different war councils. We chat to each other pretty much every day about what's our next steps. We didn't expect to be in this position necessarily. We didn't know where it was going to end, but what we had to do was arm ourselves for everything. And it's, as different parts of our operation closed, we realised that actually we were already set up to almost thrive in these lockdown positions because we had so many arms to our business anyway. Exactly.
We started doing business to business, but that shut down because all of our businesses that we were selling to direct were shut down. But that meant that wasn't our be all and end all. It was part of our business that had to go. The bar was a big part of our business. Well, overnight it was gone. So we've had to look after the staff and make sure that they're okay. It's everything behind the scenes, that not just the direct selling, it's everything that goes behind it. We work so hard on.
And was that assisted by your ability to think process-wise, and the fact that you're wired to view the world process-wise?
I think that wasn't just me. It was a combination of all three of us. And I think, even though, you know, Kate's, I would say, the more visual of the three of us, but also very switched on from a looking after the people side.
Yes.
Really good at that, and that helped with actually putting all together HR. We've been very fortunate with using an external HR partner who we to go in, setting up their own limited. They are full time. You know, we're doing a bit of freelance with them and getting their advice, which has been invaluable. We can set ourselves up to make sure we look after them, because at the end of this, we want not only a business to operate, but we want them guys to be in a great position
So do you think, sort of final question here now, do you think that you'll go back to the old normal? We're in the new normal at the moment. Do you think you'll ever go back to the old normal, or do you think this digital way is going to be the way for you going forward now?
This has always been our plan.
Yes.
So I've talked to both Kate and Brett and said, you know, it's a very strange position for us to be in. Brilliant position. But actually, we're now looking at expanding or fast tracking our expansion plans.
Yes.
So we always wanted the digital to go. Part of our untapped potential has always been, how do we get us as an entity out there to the wider market?
Digital scale up.
So we've got the platform. It's getting the awareness out there and getting the conversions. Well, you know, our conversions are better than they've ever been.
Yes.
You know, over the last 3 weeks, and it is only 3 weeks. It's crazy to think about it.
I know. A week's like a year at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, it's mad. But conversion's gone through the roof, which is brilliant. And yeah, your answer about, you know, your question about will you ever go back to the old normal? God, I hope not, because this is where we want to be. This is where we want to be. This is us. We want to have a separate place to call our web home. The shop with a shop. We can fulfill stock to the shop, but it has a certain amount of traffic.
Yes.
So our untapped potential, and it's like that, and we're here like that, still like that. But it's the, you know, we're crawling up. But also, it's amazing that actually, I'm hoping that our local offerings will continue to thrive, and that actually people from further afield than just BL7 are now hearing about them. We're off to West Orton, we're off to Ramsbottom, we're off to Darcy Lever, Itch, you know, and who's to say where we're going to end up? This is us running right now with, we can't be big. The reason we don't want to go any bigger right now is to protect our staff. You know, we've got a certain amount of capacity and we've got a duty of care, because if we try and go more than 30 days, we could easily go to more than 30 days.
Yeah.
If we do that, actually, our duty of care is at risk, because we then need more pickers and packers.
And your people are your key assets.
And it's not what we're about.
It's your people.
Not what we're about. It's basically, if we can offer a service whilst keeping our staff safe, and we always say to them, if you've got any problems, if you've got any concerns, just talk to us.
Yes.
And at any point, if you feel unsafe, we change and we adapt.
Perfect.
Simple as that. Simple as that. But yeah, honestly, it's been a mad journey. Like I said, every day, like a week, and every day you think, what day is it? You're looking at. You know, we talked this morning. I forgot it was Bank Holiday Friday today.
Ditto. I got myself into some trouble because I put quite a lot of I put quite a lot of appointments in diaries for today and Monday, so I got my knuckles wrapped for there. But there we go. So Rob, Turton Wines, absolutely fantastic to see that you've not even had to go into survive. You've just jumped straight into thrive mode. You've had a rapid digital pivot. You accelerated to where you thought you would have been in possibly a year or two. You've just rapidly accelerated to there. You've been able to draw on existing skills. You've had the diversity of a wider team, so you can see things in a different way. And crucially, you're keeping the local area, the region, drinking, and that is fantastic.